so brightly, and you're flying oh so freely. Catch me in the night, like a scout, I'm moving speedy. Princess of the tower, you don't wanna make an enemy. You don't wanna make an enemy, you wanna be a friend of me. Cause I do what I want, you know I'm a different entity. How I family flex, leaving bodies is my specialty. If I let it go, just don't be in my vicinity. Move wrong and you're...
That meant like now, cause
You're
that didn't make any sense.
honestly one of the most amazing countdowns ever.
Yeah, cause I'm the best at
You never heard
counting.
a countdown like that in your life.
You
Thanks.
never hear it again. That's
Top
why you
tier,
gotta
top
tune
tier.
in.
All right, yo, but what's good, everyone? We here for this Yuri discussion, cause she the goat.
She really is.
I promised it like 3 months ago, so it's about to happen now instead because life be out, but everyone sound out.
We here
Speaking-
to discuss a GOAT.
Speaking of Yuri, the Webtoons game just dropped her Awaken form with like both the Black March and the Green April.
GOAT, the only one to ever dual wield. GOAT.
I mean, she got the only one.
Garam can, but like she's the only successful one to do it. We don't know what that exactly.
She said, "I'm gonna pull up with them dicks, no problem."
You pull up with dual dicks.
Dual
Talk to them both, and both of them were like, "Oh, she kind of different, but okay."
She thick.
She really. I don't want to say she thick, but metaphorically for sure.
She goated. Doesn't matter.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yuri is definitely walking around with them double D's 36s.
On a Sunday afternoon, okay.
Double cheeked up on a Tuesday. But I mean, usually when I do these, the first thing I kind of like to start with is like, because Yuri kind of, she starts everything off. She sets it all off by giving Bam the Black March with the fateful encounter, the kick to the face, and the flip. But did you guys think from that initial encounter she was gonna end up being as important as she was, or no?
Yeah, I don't think like. I mean, obviously, when I started reading the series, it was a little bit earlier on, but I could still kind of get the feeling that it was going to be an overarching like series where world building was going to be important. So if they introduced her from the get go as one of these important princesses with a last name like Jahad, well at the time it was Jahad, but yeah, it was like I definitely thought she was going to be a part of the story for a while. That's just me though.
What about you, Isaac?
To me,
Go ahead.
to me, I didn't think she was actually going to be that like critical of a role. I thought she was just like in and out, kind of, trying to float, and maybe we'll see her later on. Because when she gave Bam the Black March, it was kind of like out of nowhere. So that's me.
Honestly, when I saw her giving a Black March, I thought she was going to be important anyways. It's like you giving a main character something OP off bat or something to help him off bat. It's obviously that like you're going to be in the story for some reason later on.
She kept flirting with him and like just not in like a romantic way, but like just flirting, like, obviously she liked his personality off bat. And I think that that's always a key thing in series because personalities are a key factor, obviously. So if like someone just connects like that, I kind of thought there was going to be a thread for a while. I mean, I definitely see it being there for a long time, but
I guess like for me, I couldn't really tell you. I just kind of was just going through it. Like I didn't think about it too hard, but I probably don't think I thought she was gonna be this vital to the story, like this important, like one of the Ha family's greatest. Looks like Ha Yuri, and like all those things. I probably didn't think she'd be that essential because like obviously she kind of sets the story going with giving the Black March, but there's still sometimes in stories where like obviously something iconic happens early on, but it doesn't necessarily mean that character is gonna be super important. Like think about Iruka in Naruto. Like he didn't end up being that important. Not that he didn't mean anything to Naruto, but like he wasn't like.
We still don't even know that much about Yuri, though.
It's true.
That's the thing. So it's like when you're asking this question, it's kind of like hard to answer because obviously in the beginning, like we're just being introduced to these characters like randomly. I just felt something different about her because of her like rapport with Bam. But like I still you'll never know. Like someone could just be killed off in the next arc. This could happen to blank. Once you start developing a super close relationship with them, like we have with Yuri, like I know obviously Yuri is not just fodder. Like she's not just gonna get killed on the side or off screened or something. But I don't know. It's hard to see where her path is gonna be going down. Like if we do ever get that Princess War and like her bets and stuff,
But yeah, I mean, I often describe Yuri, in my opinion, as the coolest character in Tower God. That's how I feel about her. She's like she's always been like in my favorite 5. I am a princess merchant. I won't lie, but like
you're just a girl merchant. But she's messy. Like they literally like. She's literally Jahad's like one of his stars, you know what I mean? Like you said, she looks like Urine. Like that's just weird. Urine is her great grandma and she looks like her, exactly like her. Like it's just weird. They have the same headpiece. She's just a star, she is. Like I said, when I when I said she's the only one to dual wield, like she's the only one to achieve it. We know Garam like had issues with it. But it's crazy.
yeah, the thing about Yuri that I like the most early on in part 1 was like like a lot of characters kind of like Bam. I feel like her personality isn't defined by liking Bam. She might like him, but that's not her personality trait. She just happens to like him. Whereas like I think it's some characters where I'm like their entire personality is surrounded by the fact that they're a romantic interest for someone else, and that would have annoyed me.
Yeah, that would have been trash.
I don't even necessarily think like it's a romantic, like extreme romantic.
Exactly.
I think she's cute, and she did play that game where the main character looked like him.
He kind of looked like Bam, so she kept playing it.
Right. So
because I've definitely been a cute person myself.
Look at this guy.
I've always had older girls who would like flirt with me and they'd be like, only if you were older type shit.
Exactly. I think Bam's her ideal guy. I don't think she would actually date Bam.
It's like Bam has a cute personality that she finds how would you say it? Like puppy love cute in a person, but it's just like not a person she would actually date or something like that.
I think Bam is what she would want in another guy. I think he has all the traits that she likes. He's strong. He's fucking, for his age especially, and he's gonna grow to be even stronger. Kind of like Yurik, and why she was like, she was from Zahard's family, but she's out here, being around Yurik when they're planting, the wall Harem. I'm not even gonna pronounce that tree, the wing tree and shit. Those strong personalities, like, they pull her in. So I just think he's her ideal guy. She wouldn't actually date him though.
That kind of makes sense. I kind of feel you on that. Like,
but you're also out here
Bam
saying
gives her a child later. Bam and his seven waifus.
Yeah, this is the same man that was half joking about Adoria and Bam being something. So.
He about to beg her. Oh, you guys, what happened?
If he smashes, that's different. Don't matter. But if they together, that's trash. Anywho,
I want a design.
I mean, Bam got what 3 in his harem already.
He said, "What about her design?"
Who's it? Andorsi, Yuri, Ish,
and Juice Box. Juice Box.
Don't do this to Elaine. I'll be so mad. Don't do this,
Bruh.
We're not here for this.
Bro, come on. We know it's true.
I don't accept it.
The moment he paid for her, Elaine was like, "All right, you got me."
No,
facts.
This is not
I'll pop up
not the
juice
timeline
box
I want to live in. I don't accept it. I reject dial. But yeah, how do you guys feel about Yuri's appearance?
Go top 4 design for me, because I like how simple she is, but then she has, like I said, the headpiece similar to like once we got the high urine backstory in her direct bloodline, shit like that. It's just all goat.
I mean, she looks like a schoolgirl, and she kind of acts like one outside of like extra serious conversation extra serious moments.
The
So,
military jacket fit was gold.
I'm about to ask you like, what if you can remember her fits? What's your favorite one?
Military jacket fit.
Not the
That and I mean the
from L-
all
that's
white
one from L
fit.
Train. When she
Yeah, when
okay,
she's
yeah.
fighting the conductor.
Pedro.
But
Pedro.
yeah, Pedro's nasty ass. Hit him with that nuclear.
With that
But
Shoryuken.
Shoryuken! But the classic all white fit as well, like when they were on when she was dual wielding on the hell floor, shit was heat too. But like I said, military jacket for me. She had the 3D glasses too, which is
I like
chilling.
the red coat she had when she pulled up on Repstilia, whatever her name is.
That one is
Cool,
fire
that was
too.
funny.
She had like the guards in the background, and kind of had the fur around the neck. You talking about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was heat.
Yeah, she got good fits.
She got drip.
She hasn't missed yet. And then when she kind
I
of
like
came back to the last station with the original one back on, to kind of have everything come full circle with the fact that she gave Bam back the Black March and everything. I thought that was a pretty good symbolic moment. I like that.
Fire.
That was goated. She kind of for
pure
me
gas.
saved the last station in my opinion. We'll get to that, but her and Mashani to me, they kind of carry.
That's interesting because I didn't think you actually liked the fight and the like. And we'll talk about it actually later.
We'll get
It's
there.
funny because it's not even like she really gave it back. It was more like the Black March was like, all right, bitch, let me go back to my man.
Well, she did teleport to him, but she can't ignite it. It's true. They don't really like her. They like tomboys.
Yeah.
Well, that one she got to keep the green apple is fine, but you know. it'd be
She's
like
not
that.
supposed to be out here dual wielding like that, but she really just did it.
And I mean, speaking of the ghosts
I
of the
think
13th
that's
month
I
series.
think that's another thing though.
Say
It's
that
like
again. Sorry, I cut
I
out.
think that's another thing. It's like he purposely set it up to where you're not supposed to have more than one. So it's like he has more than one, he probably sees her as a threat now.
What do you guys think about that?
I don't know. I mean, that would have to depend on how he saw Garam because like she also did just kind of disappear off the map, but she was the only other one that was dual wielding really. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
we know from the conversation with that spirit or whatever that takes over them that Jahad purposely set that up to be that way. So that
Yeah,
the keys can never come back together.
but I don't know if he's gonna like go as far as to give orders like blank and blank need to die because they were dual wielding or they had to. Because then why didn't he? I mean, he did say kill everyone on the train, but
Wait a minute though, but didn't Garam own two? Did they ever say she ignited two?
no, that's why I said she's the only one to
Okay,
successfully.
I think.
Garam had two, but she like Yuri
Well, I mean,
actually ignited both of them.
I think the thing is having both means you eventually might ignite both of them at one point. But like, I guess that the outcome of igniting both of them is what happened
The
to Yuri.
ghost of the 13 month
Good.
series. You think it's a curse?
Yeah, it's a whole.
'Cause
Yeah, it's definitely a
Cause
curse.
Bam
It only
blinked
happened
easily.
after she tried to ignite it. So
It's definitely a curse.
I think
because
initially when I
that's
saw
why
it,
I'm.
go ahead, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was thinking initially when I saw it, I thought she snapped out of it because it was Bam. Because it was like, oh shoot, cute boy.
No, it's.
But
his
obviously, with
connection.
more information and more hindsight, with how we've seen curses after the fact just completely not work against him, and you can dispel them. Then I'm like, okay, it's probably a curse, and he was just like, nope.
It's his magic. It's his fucking magic ineptitude. It's just crazy, bro. Like it really seals and anything and curses just do not fucking work on this boy. And like I said, I think it all connects back to Arlene. But I don't know. There's still a big mystery why they were split up and why they're so important and powerful. And but at the same time, very playful and kind of like playing with their food. And they don't really have a sense of urgency or like malice, but at the same time, can't be trusted whatsoever.
We need that Yuri arc.
Yuri arc gonna hit, but I think Princess War arc, if we really do
We're
get
not
that,
getting it,
is
but
the
we
Yuri
deserve
arc.
it.
You should shut up. You don't even know shit. You read the chapters? You know all the arcs? No.
Yeah.
So
I got the,
if we get it,
forget
that is
fast
gonna
pass.
be.
I got the quick pass, bro. It's different. Like, I'm A
I wish. I wish. I'd really be paying a band for that.
Tell him you got the fast of passes.
Yeah, I got the Speed Force pass. I'm just out of there.
But
But
Yuri in general is just such a fun character. I don't know. Like, and for Bam, I wouldn't say Bam has her in his arsenal because there has been a lot of encounters where Bam has been in trouble and she doesn't just jump out and like come out of nowhere and she's like, I'm here. You know, she's not a servant or anything. But just her like getting on the entire hell train to be around him is just crazy. And I think
Well,
she
I
likes
feel
just
like part,
adventuring.
I feel like part of that is like feels like I think she only comes in worst cases. Or
Yeah, if
like
there were to be
I
something really crazy.
forgot it was certain cases like because didn't Dorsey say at one point she couldn't do certain stuff because like the blood of Jahad was keeping her from acting or something.
I think like the Eye of Jahad because she's still such an iconic princess in the tower, and like due to popularity, you have more eyes on you. Kind of like what we are going to talk about later with the last station and running into another Ha member. Like you can't just she can't just openly be like, yeah, I'm rocking with Bam. Like she's not on that
No,
level.
no, no, no. I'm talking about in Dorsey. In Dorsey, legit like I forgot where it was,
is
but
that more
she
like
was mentioning that she
the sworn
couldn't
enemy
move
thing where she
because
could
it would
act?
be yeah, she couldn't act.
Okay.
The way she stated it sounded like she was literally unable to move in that situation because whatever she did was acting against Jihad.
Hmm. I feel like the power of blood. Obviously, he has some kind of influence and
That's what
control
I
over
was
them. Because
thinking.
even if you kind of think of the hidden floor, kind of when Machete decided to do it, it was almost like there was some kind of psychological, mental thing she had to overcome, and then but she's like an ape too, kind of. She's wanted to scrap, so she's like, oh,
Yeah, she is an ape.
right. So
Especially a younger version of her was super ape form.
yeah, that
Wait,
that
was the younger version of her a princess yet?
yeah, at the time.
Oh, okay.
She is a super ape back then.
Talking about like when we saw her on the hidden floor, the data version of her. By then she was a
Yeah.
Yeah.
princess. So we don't know. We don't have the exact time frame per se, but we know at least by the time she got to that floor, she was already a thing. Because I think they usually end up becoming one before they start the climb. Because even with Yuri, when Chian Hiha was training her, I think at the time she's a D rank and she was already low key stronger than Chian Hiha, but she held back against her. Because things thought she was weak. Then after the last station, she bodied her.
Mm.
Yuri kind of has like
Shion
some of the
But
Hiha.
greatest feats too, like combat
but
feats.
rankings have
The
been
rose
so weird
weapon.
because it's like I noticed that like I can see why he doesn't give like outside of the top 100 why he doesn't give like specific numbers because that would mean that one person is specifically the stronger.
And you never know, like, that would mean you would have to be getting ranked every other day. You could be getting stronger and learning something new every other day.
There's
So that's
that,
why
but
that shit
That
never
we don't
made
have the
sense.
literal system for how they rank. We know what's the ranking in Mistress Office. We don't know how often they do it and shit like that. But
Yeah, I
you
feel
have
like
to
some of these
remember.
have just been
as
around
far
for
as I
so
know,
long since the initial setup of
But
the
remember,
tower.
it's
That's just
power, recognition, and influence. Because Evan is not particularly super powerful, but because of what he is as a guide, he's top 100. But that doesn't mean he's stronger than Yuri. You have to remember that it comes in three categories. But
yeah, but he be
that
out here handing out that work.
that kind of leads me to like the next thing I want to talk about. How do you feel about their relationship? Like their like dynamic with Evan and Yuri. Like, you think they work well? Yes, no. How you feel about their relationship?
Evan stuck on the pussy. He didn't smash twice.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's crazy. I like the balance because Yuri's that one
I
that
love Evan.
just goes crazy. It's like not goes crazy, but she's just she's more into action. She's a lady of action, where Evan is gonna think about it, plan it out.
You know how when a soft dude dates like the hard bitch who always fighting somebody? That's Evan.
Oh my god, this guy. I kind of felt bad for him when she like decided to go like turn herself in because he seemed like he actually cared. So I don't know.
He
I like
does.
their
I
relationship.
think he's a great like member, especially as a guide. I mean, he's the chief guide of
Item merchant.
like, yeah, he a goat. But I also think he's like literally the exact opposite of what Yuri would like in a guy. So I kind of like the offset of like Bam and Evan whenever they're all around each other, completely different. and I don't want it to be like fell in love with my guide or shit like.
Alright, let's talk about how fucking strong she is. Top 500. Obviously, she was exceptional when she climbed, because only the most exceptional of princesses are awarded in one of the 13th month series when they finish, becoming a ranker, and she was awarded the Black March. Not that she could ignite it, but she had it anyways. Like, she has to be some of the best feats, like just in general. Like, it's kind of easy to not kind of easy, but like because just we've seen so much from her, we can kind of gauge how strong she is, which I like in terms of how physically tough she is. The only thing that's ever managed to actually hurt her was Hell Joe's, like the Red Thressa, like actually scratched her and she bled, but nothing else has ever been able to hurt her from Karaka's World of Darkness, which was kind of sending her own force back at her. She washed the guards, like everything, like and even like Chian Hiha, the last station, she just washed it. She washed her.
Yeah, that's why I was surprised you said she was saving the last station, because I remember you not liking that fight at all because she just flipped it on her.
No, that part didn't
Now,
bother me.
now that we think
Alright,
about
yeah.
fucking what is it? Now that we think about what it means to get ranked, Ivanka Hell, when you think about it, like, is Ivanka, how strong is actually Ivanka Hell? It's like,
I still don't think we've seen much. That's a scary part about
it's kind of
Ivanka.
iffy because like right now Yasiraj is like, nah, you can't do shit with those flames to me, and then like Palavan was casually just going through all of them, even though he was hurt already. Like, I'm really starting to wonder, like, does your rank mean anything at this point, or do you just like randomly train people and shit so they made you 60 or something? I don't know.
I feel like Ivanka Hell's at full power is entirely too strong that the administrator's always gonna step in, or like the floor garden will always step in. I don't think she ever had a chance to truly go loose, but I kind of feel what you're saying. Like 60 seems like a lot, and I feel like she clashes evenly with so many people. It's just like you should
Yeah,
just be
it's like
watching. I
it's
kind of hear
it's
what you're
been too
saying.
many times that like she throws an attack and it's just like
Kind
it's
of
kind
funny,
of casually shrugged off by someone else's attack,
but
and
I
it's
don't
like
think that Ivanka Hell's allowed to really go all out right now because
I think it's more of what
she
you're
might
saying,
melt the
Hums.
floor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen like full. I don't even think we've seen the full like powers of
It's
exhausting
always
your
partial
ancient power
release
yet. Yeah,
of her.
it's never. I've never seen them actually look like they're stressing. They're all throwing out these like huge area attacks, like back to back to back, using a lot of ancient power in Shinsu. So I don't know. I think if we've also never seen her really fight like one on one. The shit. I don't know if Cal Hallam was just really going crazy like that, or Yama and Ivanka weren't enough, or like you said, that'll just call the administrator. But it's just weird in the tower. I don't really think we're gonna see anybody like world busting yet, unless they have like a contract, like how Hansung had a contract on the floor.
because like
But like
I,
in
I
addition
I
to
don't know. I
like,
just find it kind of always found it kind of weird because now I'm thinking about like higher level ranks and this whole unknown power scale. Are we just gonna have people who randomly are fighting a number like 20s and shit? It's like, yeah, I don't have the notoriety, but I'm strong as fuck.
yeah, he low key set that up kind of a while ago. I don't know if he changed his mind in the grand scheme, but he always had the cop out where it's like it's not all about power, it's recognition and influence. So like if you think about like Jinsung, not the Jinsung, Gastang, he's the one who started to first record Shinsu. Like that's a big deal. So he would have like
Yeah.
influence in how the tower ended up being because he started to record it and really analyze it. Whereas someone who's like a really, really great guide, even one of the best guides, you might end up being higher ranked, even though maybe you don't have the hands to back it up. But and then popularity, right? So all that stuff it all plays a factor. And then
Mm,
with like Bam talking about going from battlefield to battlefield, there's people who didn't decide to become rankers, and strongest regulars didn't suit the title of Mad Dog, Bagarav, whatever his name was,
He's a bum.
things of that nature. Then the Blue Hole introduction, and plus like Jinsung and Macheni's conversation at the end of New Waves, where they were like, "There's a bunch of monsters that have been erased from the history of the tower that you don't really know about, yada yada yada, war, bloodshed." So like he's been setting that up for a while.
Yeah, because I was
Yuri.
definitely remembering.
Back to Yuri.
I was remember.
Back to
I was
Yuri.
looking at the fact that like
Back to Yuri.
oh right.
I forgot. Like we tangent, but yeah. She has Kranos. That was OD. Cause that's supposed to be one of the strongest, one of the most strong. It's stronger than the 13 months weapon she had. But they're supposed to be only A rank except for the one that Dory has. That's supposed to be only like S rank. 13 month series weapon. And then she has like that flower petal attack, and she's also like apparently resistant to poison because Pedro's purple Dementor's poison thing did not even affect her. So she's crazy.
Yes.
She actually, like I said, she
really Kranos is one of my favorite moments because I mean the case of it was just fire looking, and it also got me. I mean, obviously this is something that happened further down, but like thinking of what Hotz's ignition weapon can look like compared to seeing an actual ignition weapon like that. Like early in the series, there was a bunch of people who came into the tower with swords that like could ignite, and they were like, "We're monsters." They got washed. Like I was thinking weapons were really gonna be a joke, but once she pulled Kranos out, like that shit looked nuts for real.
And I
You
know
want to see a real ignition weapon?
her and Caracas like back and forth was really elite. I loved it, especially since she was like, if I feel like if I don't get rid of him now, it's gonna be a problem later on. And then
it was straight, but it was straight, but I think she should have just murdered Caracas then.
Of course she was stronger than him, but she just saying like it's one of those things where like if we don't deal with him now.
Yep, it was literally the entire story of Dan. Everyone's like, man, we gotta kill his bastard now. But it just never works out like that.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go to the last station. Because I'll tell you why I thought she saved it. Because I really liked the conversation that she had with Xian Hiha and like their relationship. And the fact that she decided to turn herself in so she could confront her father about what was going on. That's really what I was talking about, like the fact that she turned herself in. Because I don't know, I guess I don't know how what other way she could have gotten to see Jahad. Not that I don't know if she saw him or what happened. Like that seemed kind of crazy and dangerous. But the fact that she was willing to turn herself in, I was like, okay, this is interesting.
Yeah,
didn't see that coming.
I mean, I love that part especially, but it didn't like save it for me. I thought she was a strong character throughout the entire Hell Train arc saga. So
that's with the last station.
Station,
the whole shit with Bam and everything. I was a fucking.
Yeah, no, I know how you feel. That's why I don't think that moment sold.
Macheni's speech about the bloodshed that got me hyped.
That was fire.
Jin Sung-ha in the back with the sneaker shriek. So I was
the entirety of that fight was just nuts, and that just scene in general was crazy, and the discussion between those two great minds was crazy. But I think Yuri was a strong. Yeah, they do still have their bet, and that's one thing that I love about that. But Yuri was still, and Yuri is a strong character. She carried her own through the Hell Train arc. I don't think she was the best thing for me. I don't think she was the worst thing. I think she was just great overall.
Best princess? Yes or no?
A knockout.
I don't know, man. You still,
right.
You still got that one that's sealed. Anyone who's sealed is automatically God.
you know the rules. I done told you guys the rules. You know when N come out. Eurasia.
Oh man.
You already know. Yeah, but I mean, Yuri's probably up there. Well, not up there, but she like. I have her Macheni kind of tied, to be honest. But
Yuri and Garam up there. I don't know. I just love Garam, and anyone that can make Yurik really be a pussy around them, go. Make Yurik look like a weenie.
Garam was raw because she really came with like one of my favorite info dumps ever with the Arlene stuff. Like thinking about that.
She just said it too. Like she wasn't bullshitting about it. She wasn't tiptoeing. Yeah, she legitimately like, oh shit, you're blank. Like, okay, let me talk to you real quick.
Yeah, like she just straight up told him, like, all right, this is
I don't got time to like give you a whole spiel about your entire life, but here's some of the stuff I know. And I just like real
I'm not gonna talk about V. Like, come on, man.
This thing's a cuck though, but it's on some different shit because he's still a goat and he has my favorite panel in the entire series. So
a bug is a bug. That one.
Yeah, that too, but nah. I always talk about when Rachel gets transported in for the Manta, and his entire crew is just there. Like,
You got some goons in the back, yeah.
you got some monsters and like some ancient power. Like, you just gotta. You literally have hints of everything, and that's just my love for the series. Like, just the potential.
All right, we'll
But
wrap
yeah,
it
bug
up.
is a bug is fire too.
We'll wrap it up with these last two things. First of all, what do you think is the most
You cut out.
misunderstood? What do you think is the most misunderstood thing about Yuri?
Uh, that's an interesting one.
I think that loops back. I mean, for me personally, I think that loops back to her as a character. It's kind of like a fourth wall thing, but I don't think like people should see her as a potential love interest for Bam. I think they should just judge her as a character on her own. And like I said, I think Bam is just kind of like the ideal person, or personality and traits and shit. But don't really start thinking that she's gonna be riding around Bam all the time. I think right now is a specific case because of the stuff happening around Bam. But once we get back into kind of like the more exploring the tower, I think she'll just kind of have her own side shit. If we get our own Yuri arc, though, go
I need that.
sacrilegiously.
For me, it's mostly like some people think she's really dumb. But she's not dumb. She acts.
She knows
before
what
she
she's
thinks, but
doing.
She's not. She's not an imbecile. And she has experience. So that's kind of one of them. Because a lot of people be like, oh yeah, just fights.
She's just an ape with hands. Yeah, no,
Like that's not.
she knows what fights to take. Like,
I mean, think about even when she got Pedro caught him lacking. Like, you thought she was just wearing them 3D glasses. Like, nah, it's just recording everything, you goofy.
exactly. Not just goofing, bro. Like,
Boof. So, what about you, Eisen? You got one?
Not much, nah.
All right, what's your favorite Yuri moment?
Favorite Yuri moment? When she met Bam.
that's good. I like that answer actually.
All right, a faithful encounter. I feel it.
Honestly, I wish we didn't talk about it, but when she really pulled out Kranos, like I think the roses and all of that just hella symbolic of her and kind of her character, but also the red too. Should just drip.
Mine is probably. I kind of got one that's funny, so I just kind of think it was funny. Just like when she's like when Urek took off the little thing with the shackles supposed to be for like weirdos, but he used it, and she started she's like, hey, why not on you? She started wilding. That made me laugh. So I like that moment, and the other one is just her versus Kraka in general, like just the back and forth.
That was fire.
I love that shit. That was just raw. So when he's just like, "Are you
Heard-
Yuri Jahad?" and he just looks back and he's like, "All right, excellent. I have some business with you," and then
Yeah, her dual wielding was crazy too, because then
Yeah,
we
yeah.
finally, like, she single handedly was triggered a moment in the series that we got to get insight on like the weapons and how they actually work and like how they interact with each other and shit like that. So that was another runner up for me, but I think design wise of Kranos, and it was kind of a little bit more early on. In
she was
season
cool in
two
the
as
last
well,
examination too in part one. By the way, we didn't really speak about that. But
for
she
sure,
came
but
through
like she was really coming through with feats in season two.
yeah.
Like we already knew she was raw, but she was coming through with like feats. Like she still hasn't shown a lot. That's the crazy
I really
part.
didn't think she was going to completely body Pedro like that because he was like the conductor of the
Yeah,
so I
they
thought,
kept
like,
they
like-
kept underlooming like the conductor. Like you got don't disturb the conductor. Like
yeah.
be
She's just
careful, like the conductor. And then we see his design, and I was already a little bit like, okay, he's cool or whatever. And then I heard his name. I was like, he's getting washed. He's getting washed. And then when he stepped to Yuri with his little, I don't even know,
the purple
secret,
Dementor.
yeah, his secret ancient like tool or whatever, and she's just like, "This is beans. Like, get the hell away from me, freak." Shoryuken.
Yeah, Hadouken. All right, and
Yes,
yeah.
King.
Hey man, you have your favorite Yuri moment? You got a favorite one?
Probably when she was going psychotic, dual wielding both the
13
months. Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. Like that came out of nowhere. Like all that power at the same time. Like,
And she's also so powerful. So for
yeah,
something,
and she's so
yeah.
strong.
So for something to like kind of fuck with her, it was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, like.
Like she was consuming the madness and everything. It was crazy.
You can't just cheat code through this. It really must be something.
Oh
serious,
yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I
because
feel
she's
it.
a walking cheat code.
I feel it. I mean, they literally said that in the blog post. I remember that. All right. Any final comments, final words? Anything you think you forgot to mention about her?
She's my wife.
You got it.
Shoryuken.
Dude, you're